Right, just give me a moment to post this to the chat. Cool, that's that one done. I'll just give this a quick check to make sure that we've got some audio. And we do. Awesome. Right, well, welcome along. It's good to be back. It's welcome to Aero League Racing. We're now on season 22. Can you believe it? And this is for Tier 5 Blue. No, it's not. It's for Tier 5 White. Off to a great start already. So Tier 5 White, and it's round one. We're at Le Mans, a brilliant track, and we'll very swiftly go through the qualifying order and through our drivers and get stuck into this because it's been a little bit of a while. I'm going to be a little bit rusty. There's a few new names as well, so apologies if I get your name wrong, but do let me know. So let's go through our grid to let's me get it up. So we're starting at the back, and our first driver in the Z4 GT3 is Phil. So he was, I believe, maybe a reserve driver, but then I think he got a full-time seat last season out. But he's got a full-time seat this time, and he's rocking a very groovy M&M livery on that Z4. So he clocked a time of, well, he did actually clock a time. So maybe serving a quali ban from the last season, which just spilled over as well. So then we go into 14th place in the Nismo, and this is Rich. So not familiar with Rich, thinking maybe a new driver, and this is his first race in this tier. So welcome along, buddy. And again, a brilliant livery for the Pepsi livery there, and looking really good. The GTR does really lend itself to making good liveries. Then so what was his time? Let's get that one up firstly. So that's a 4:10. So a little bit off the pace through there, but maybe being a little bit unfamiliar, and sometimes the Nissan can be a little bit slow on its top speed, especially if it doesn't have slip as well. So there we go. So now we have got in 14th place Felipe Mazda with a 4:07 with a very bright and eye-catching livery on the R8. It's a really nice one. I think that's GlaxoSmithKline, is it? I think is the main sponsor on that one. So nice livery on that one. Then we've got our 13th place driver, which is Big Popper, and he's in the M6, which is a personal favourite of mine, with another 4:07, just narrowly pipping Felipe with that time with a 4:07 0.45. So there we go. Then we have in 12th place, just here in the Porsche, and look at this. This is a beautiful car to behold. Chaos Druid lining it up. The red headlights. It just looks mean as, doesn't it? So he managed to get a time of 4:06.8. So we're getting a little bit quicker through the races. Now, look at this. BRZ. Not a car choice I would have put for this track. It's definitely hampered on its top speed, but he did a remarkable job with his time. This is Jocker in 11th place with a 4:06.2, about half a second ahead of Druid there. So that's 11th place, and that really does look fantastic. I really like the livery on that one. A real nod to the old rally style, but with a bit more fast and furious with it as well. Now we have our 10th place into the top 10 now. It's Fred Monster in the other BRZ, going for something a little bit more subtle with his livery. Still looks really nice though. And what was his time? We'll get that one up. And that was a 4:05, so getting quicker still, 4:05.8 for Fred. Then we go into 9th place, and we've got Blade Runner, a returning driver from last season. Either his livery didn't load on this one, or it's just the standard one. But even in standard, guys, it looks a beautiful car, doesn't it? Then we have in 8th place, it is Dr. SD in the other Z4 GT3, rocking the M&M logo. They're both the drivers running the same livery this time around. Of the 4:04 into the fours now, as most of the drivers start getting a lot tighter with their time. So 4:04.6 for Dr. SD. Now, the Beetle in standard, guys, at the moment, but I just don't understand why so many people have picked this, but it is a sleeper car. It is really good. So Abule is rocking the Beetle this time around with a 4:04.3, just 2/10 quicker than Dr. SD behind. Then in 6th place, we've got Black Charizard in the Genesis X with another standard livery. It's probably just my replay not loading properly, but he has managed to get a 4:04.1. Now we're the first of the drivers into the O3s in the Lexus RCF is I think this is Beckas or Bexin. Not too sure how you say it. We're going to call you Beck. So Beck is in 5th. He is a promotion from tier 6 from last season, or coming up at least from another tier into tier 5 white. So this is his first in there and doing a brilliant job getting up into 5th place for the first race. And following him is his teammate, also from another tier, from the other tier 5, or maybe tier 6. I think it's tier 6. Is Dayman in 4th place. So he's got a 4:03.099. So nearly a full second quicker than his teammate at the low 03 end. So there's the two Lexus drivers. So this is going to be good for them in the constructors' hopes if they play their cards right with this one. Now we're into the top 3. So in 3rd place in the M6 with a fantastic looking livery. That is super nice. Really, really nice looking livery, that one. So D-Dubs gets a 4:02.9, so into the twos now, as are everyone in the top 3. In 2nd place, in the other Genesis, sporting a Cornish livery with the Rattler of the Gen X, is Fracas, and that's a 4:02.7, just 2/10 ahead of D-Dubs. And then, we should also say as well that D-Dubs in 4th is was previously last season in tier 4, so he's dropped down and already showing the pace as well that he's still got up at the pointy end of the grid. And joining him from tier 4 is Jezza, who is also in the Beetle as well. So don't know if both of them are just rocking the standard livery or if they just didn't load for this time. Hopefully they'll load for the feature with that. And our pole time is a 4:02.4. So all these guys running very quick. Not too sure if there was rain in the qualifying, but it does look like a little bit of a damp start to begin with on this race. So we'll jump back out of this and let's just see. Oh, so they have got a livery you can see on the side there, which just hasn't loaded, which is unfortunate for the Beatles, but I'm sure that will come through on the next race. So let's get this underway. It's the sprint race. So we've got 4 laps to begin with. Everyone will be on softs going flat out. It doesn't look like there's any rain. Fortunately, the meter is down. So let's get this one underway for the first race of the season. So we've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Everyone's holding. No one's jumping, and they're off. It's a clean start from everybody. And it looks like Jezza's got a good drive off, and the Z4 of, I think, is that Dr. SD in the background, getting a good launch off the line, getting up into 4th place already. A little bit of bumping through the corners. Everyone's going side by side. All the 2 teammates of the Lexus drivers have both managed to just knock each other off course just a little bit, but Beck's managed to recover that one. So coming through here, Jocker is making his way around the outside. The extra grip of the BRZ is going to be huge for this, and Phil's managed to get himself a half-second penalty. So now as they're coming onto the Mulsanne straight, we'll see who's going to start making any moves, or if they're going to go for the smart option, which is to bump draft everybody. So Bule opting for the bump and sticking close behind Dr. SD. There's a bit of a gap to those guys in front of them as Fred Monster comes absolutely spanking down late on the brakes and really using the downforce of the BRZ to his advantage to close that gap. So you can see the top 3 have managed to bolt. It's a pretty tight line to everyone else down a bit further on. Phil's still got that half-second penalty. Beck is doing well in 8th now. Felipe is bumping Jocker to get through because he's going to be a little bit slow along the straight, so you can see him go for the overtake. He's going to get anything done through the second chicane of the straight. Jockers has to concede that position as Felipe Mazda gets a little bit loose on the exit, but manages to keep it going on the straight. This is a remarkably clean lap for everybody through so far, so that's really good. Now we've got Blade Runner down in 10th place, Big Poppers in 11th in the BMW. It is a little bit slow off the line, that one, unfortunately. We've got Dayman in 12th, Chaos is in 13th in the Porsche. That car is going to be electric at probably every other track on the calendar this season, but maybe just hampered a little bit by its top speed at Le Mans. But he's got up into 12th place now. Dayman is very close behind and looks like he's going to try and go for an overtake, taking a little bit of a different line. They really do need to work together as they're going side by side as they come into Indianapolis. He decides better of that, and he manages to pick himself up a half-second penalty as well. Whether or not he'll serve that this time round, I think it might have been picked up a bit too close to the penalty line. But we did have, I think it was Phil who had to serve his penalty here, so he's dropped down to 8th. He's going to lose another place here, maybe to Jocker as well. He does, but he might be able to get it back. The power of that Z4 might just get it back before he comes into the Porsche curves, and he doesn't have, just to concede that place. So Jocker now is going to have his foot to the floor. The downforce of that BRZ is going to be electric through this final part of the lap. So we'll jump on with him and see how he gets through here. You can see he keeps the throttle down. That is normally a lift and coast through that, and I think Phil's just managed to go off behind as well. Will he get another half-second penalty for going wide on the exit of that corner? I think he's managed to get away with it. So we'll jump up to the front with these guys. Beck is now closing on Abule, looking for that 5th place, but Felipe Mazda is all over the back of him. I think he's managed to give him a little bit of a bump, which is maybe a bit of an accident, but it's giving Beck a little push to get away and taken the pressure off from Felipe. Done a few practice lobbies with Felipe, and he is there's a bit of contact going through there. I was about to say he's a very ambitious driver, and he certainly just showed it with a bit of ambition through an optimistic move perhaps a bit of an ambitious move, but he got the place. Whether or not that goes to the stewards as a push to pass, we'll have to wait and see, because this is steward results aren't out for this race yet. That'll be tomorrow or Friday most likely. So we'll jump back up the front. So Fracas has taken the lead from Jezza in the Beetle. D-Dubs is still in third place. Buddy has a penalty, but he'll be working with Jezza now to try and close the gap to Fracas in first place. And that was a huge bump. Jezza's managed to get loads of distance between them there, and already D-Dubs is closing the gap huge through Jezza. Jezza's not able to take as quick a line through there, but the D-Dubs will want to close the gap to Fracas as much as possible. Try and pull away from Dr. Esty behind, who has also got a half-second penalty. But that will be slightly neutralised, at least for the third position, but it might be that Abule could close that gap and take... He'll definitely be taking fourth place, at least. Oh, and Abule's got a half-second penalty as well, so this is brilliant news for Felipe Mazda. He is on a charge at the moment. Considering where he started, the R8 is probably one of the favourites for this season, as well as the Porsche for most of these tracks. It is a slightly OP car at the moment, so all these guys getting half-second penalties. Beck is managing to get through without one so far, which is good for him. Big Popper has a half-second penalty as well. I think the Blade Runner's okay. Drew has managed to get himself a full second as a couple of guys goes off wide. So that's Big Popper, and oh no, let's just jump back a second just to see what happened there. So who was it? So Druid goes through first. Oh, it was Blade Runner. And then as he's coming on the track, he gives it too many beans on. He bins it into the wall as well, gets himself damaged. Oh, and hopefully he's just about got off the racing line. Oh, so that is a disappointing start for him. He rejoins the track safely. Good awareness from Blade Runner. Then we've got Richard, who's going to get that place as well. From him getting the overspeed. Blade Runner's got his hazards on just to show now he's up to speed. So there we go. That is a disappointing start for Blade Runner. Rich is up into 15th. Bill is in 14th place, so up a couple of positions. We've got Black Charizard along with Big Popper now, managing to go around the outside of the corner and get in the position. Both of them got a penalty though, but Black Charizard's a half-second versus Big Popper's 1 second, which will actually cost him about 2 to 2.5 seconds over the course of a whole lap on here. So the penalty line on this track, or the penalties on this track, actually really important as far as losing time for the people. So consistency a real key element for driving here. Then we've got Dayman up into 11th. Drew is up into 10th. This is a good drive for Druid, although he's going to have to defend hard. And I will say, even from last season, Chaos is probably the most talented defensive driver I've seen in this tier. He make the ass of that Porsche super wide, and then look at the gap he's managed to get as well. I think we must have... Oh no, there's Damon just behind him. So good defensive driving from Chaos. Now we've got Fred Monster in 9th place behind his teammate. Oh, and he gets a little bit too much on the gas. We'll jump on board with him because the camera angle is just so rubbish. So he comes through here, he's a little bit too keen and gets a little bit of a tank slapper on and just goes into the kitty litter. That is, oh, so disappointing for him. But it's a quick rejoin. He's still got enough space behind him, so that's going to be 14th place for him now. So we'll go back up to his teammate, who is in 8th place. Joker now in a little bit of no man's land without any strip. without any strip, without any slip. He's going to see him fall back into the clutches of chaos probably quite soon. The top speed, I mean, look at that, it's only 166, 67, struggling to get to 170 miles an hour. A lot of the other cars probably capable of about 180, but the closing speed will be massive for everybody else. Abule is up into 7th place in the Beetle. We've got Beck in 6th place. Felipe is still in 5th at the minute. And not for long though, because Dr. SD has managed to pick himself up another second's worth of penalties. So Felipe will almost definitely lose that position. Gain that position when they get to the pit straight. Oh, sorry, not the pit straight, the penalty line. Getting all my words muddled up. So D-Dub's managing to keep it in 3rd place. So despite having penalties on the last lap, hasn't lost out to Dr. SD. Jezza is in 2nd place, having lost the lead and not quite able to close that up. As D-Dubs went a little bit wide out of there, but doesn't look like it's cost him too much. But this is a brilliant start to the season for Fracas at the front of the race. A good sized gap, and look at the time as well, 4:01.9. So Fracas driving the socks off that Genesis. It is actually a really good car. I know a lot of people hate on it, but I really like the Genesis. I think it drives really well. It is a little bit loose on acceleration sometimes. Got a whopping great turbo on it that'll kick the back end out a little bit, but as long as you drive it cautiously, and you can see he's got traction control on as well just to help it. So Dr. SD has managed to get past D-Dubs, coming through into the final section, and that has cost him dearly because he's down into 5th. He's lost a place to both Felipe and D-Dubs now, but they're going to fight for it between Felipe and D-Dubs. I think Felipe's got this one done. You cannot go side by side. D-Dubs manages to hold on to it. Felipe backs out. We'll see if these guys can... Oh, what a brilliant camera angle. These guys really going toe-to-toe. D-Dub's able to keep a little bit more speed through the 4 chicanes as it comes into the final part. They're heading for the beginning of the final lap. And there we go, comes across the line. That is a really nice bit of driving through that. Gets his personal best lap of the race as Beck, who is in 6th place, takes the fastest lap with a 4:01.7. Will Fracas be able to do anything? And he's got a 1 second penalty, which is a shame. He won't be able to make a charge for the fastest lap on this one, because he's going to serve that. Oh, and who was that? Abule going off a little bit wide from turn 2 or 3, probably 3, I think it is. So let's see what happens with these guys. Can Felipe close the gap to D-Dubs? I think D-Dubs has managed to pull away just a little bit. I think maybe still within the 1 second window for slip to work. So D-Dubs is not out of the woods yet, and to be fair, Dr. SD is just behind Felipe as well, and he will be desperate to try and claim some of his places back. We'll have to see how late he can brake and how much time he can make up through this chicane. Nicely taken through there, everybody really, and also on his personal best, despite the tyres being a little bit worn. So let's just drop down. So we've got Abule in 7th, Jocker's still in 8th, managing to hold off Damon and Chaos just behind. The top speed of the Subaru not seeming to be too much of a problem for him. definitely able to hold a much higher speed through the corners in the Subaru. But Damon has managed to close the gap just a little bit. He's going to be an absolute charge to try and get that position as many points as possible. Goes for a little feint. Lets Jocker know that he's there though. Closing out on a yellow flag, so who's gone off? Oh, it's Beck. Coming down to the bottom of the Mulsanne straight. Brakes, oh, very late. He's right on the apex with his braking. How's that going to go for him? Oh, he gets it not too bad, but he's just a little bit too keen on the beans. Oh, goodness me. Thank goodness he ghosted. A little bit unsafe on the rejoin, but no harm done at the moment. But he's still got a 1 second penalty to serve, so whereas he might have been safe beforehand, he definitely won't be now. He's going to finish possibly even 10th from this one, as it looks like Damon and Chaos really should be working together to try and get past Jocko. And here it comes. Damon goes on the inside. Oh wow, that is a bold move to get through there. Side by side. Somehow Jocko manages to hold on to that using the downforce of the BRZ, and Chaos has capitalised. We're just going to have to jump back and stay on Chaos for just a moment, because this really benefited Chaos coming through here. Watching these two guys battle, lets off the throttle coming in through that bit, allows him to get on the throttle earlier, and look at that, absolutely brilliant move for it. Chaos goes to the inside. Oh, it doesn't quite stick his nose in, a little bit too early on the brakes, but now he's going to have really good acceleration in that Porsche, but he's not quite side by side as they come through. But he's got the tow from Beck, who's just had to serve his penalty. Oh my word, as they come into the Porsche curves, and he's only gone and done it. He's only gone and done it. This is a brilliant overtake. Oh no, I think he's going to throw it away. Oh, he just manages to hang on to this. I don't know how he's done that, but that is a brilliant overtake from Chaos and getting his personal best. So we're going to have to jump forward now, because here's a man who has played all of his cards right, and look at the gap he's got as well. Absolutely brilliant drive from Fracas for the opening round of the season. So first place for Fracas. Jezza gets third. Felipe manages to get up into third. D-Dubs loses it in fourth place. Dr. ST is in fifth, and Abule gets into sixth place. It's a good result for both the oh no, Chaos! Oh, after all that hard work, and you lose it on the last corner. Oh, and he's managed to take out Beck as well. Oh, and Jock has done it. Right, let's just jump back here, see what happens with these guys. It was all action coming through here, so all three of them desperate to try and get as many positions back. So the final corner, Chaos hits the sausage. That sends him wide. Then he gets contact with Jocko, which sends him wide. Now what happened? Who else was it that went off? So Beck. What happened to Beck? Because he seemed like he managed to get through that one okay, but then so he clouts over the sausage curb as well. Manages to get around. Oh, but he just gets a bit too much on the thing as well. So they all take each other out. Managing to ghost, but oh, that is so disappointing. Can he? Oh, as he goes round again. Oh, he almost could have had reverse grid pole then. So we just have to try and catch up with everybody else. So, right, there we go. So the three of them will take each other out. Damon manages to benefit the most from this. What he must have been thinking going through that. Gets a final promotion up to 7th. Big Papa gets 8th. Black Charizard gets 9th. Beck could have had 10th but loses that one. So Jocker gets 10th, which is reverse grid pole. So that is a great result for Jocker. Then we've got Blade Runner in 12th. Phil ends up in 13th. Beck drops all the way down to 14th, which is so disappointing for him. Then in 15th place we have Rich. And finally, not having a great start to the season, is Fred in 16th place. So wow, what a finish. What a finish. That was so exciting. so let's get through to the feature race now. I don't know if it was the new Tier 6, but it was serious, like plenty of action. Tier 6 is still the most chill tier. You know, let's not get any bones about it. It was a very good tier to commentate for, but that was some of the best racing I've seen in this league. Really exciting stuff. So that was great racing from everybody, and a dry race as well. So yes, Charizard, I hope it does load for you. Strange that only one of them loaded, but there we go. Right, replay, play, and start. Right, let's get this up. Not entirely too sure. Hopefully nobody saw the result. Well, I didn't see the results. That's all that matters. So there we go. And right, let's drop to the back. So 10 laps here at Le Mans. About 40 odd minutes, just over. The big question is whether or not it stays a dry race or you get rain. I think quite a few of the tiers did have rain either in the sprint or the feature. So the likelihood is quite strong. So we'll go through the grid and we'll see what tyres people are on. I think most of the FR cars will find it they were able to do the medium soft strategy. Whether or not they can make these soft tyres last, otherwise it'd be medium hard or hard medium. But either way, the mediums could easily do 6 laps. So Fred starts on the mediums in last place. Then we've got Rich starting on the mediums as well in 15th. Bex goes for the mediums in the Lexus as well. And then we've got Phil going for the mediums in the Z4 in 13th place. 12th is Blade Runner, also opting for the mediums. Well, despite it being classified as an MR car, it's an RR car, really. But and his livery's loaded, which is a nice thing this time around. Then what has his teammate done in 11th place? Also going for the mediums as well. Desperate probably to try and make up as many places as he can from the back of the sprint race. So we've got our sprint winner Fracas in 10th on the mediums. Jezza in a Herbie livery, which looks brilliant. So let me... Oh, you can't do it. Well, we'll get a good look at it later on. So he's going for the mediums as well. Then we've got Felipe going for the hard. So yeah, MR cars a little bit too heavy on the rears, so having to go for the hard medium strategy in the Audi. Then we've got 7th place is D-Dubs, also going for the mediums. Dr. Esty goes for the mediums. Abule, I think technically the Beetle is an MR car, isn't it? But pretty good on size nonetheless. So he's also going for the medium strategy. We'll see how this one works for him. Keep an eye on him. Damon also going for a medium for the first choice of tyres. Big Popper's going for the mediums first as well. Black Charizard goes for mediums and Jock goes for mediums. So pretty standard procedure for everyone. In fact, I don't think there are many actually going for the hards at all other than Felipe. So here we go. Let's see what these guys can do. As Black Charizard's livery has loaded this time round. Also sporting the Rattler livery, and look at how much he's managed to close as well just into the opening lap. Excuse me. Oh, as Jocker goes deep through that corner, perhaps getting caught out a little bit by the lack of grip on the medium tyres compared to the softs in the sprint. And you've got Big Popper looking to make a move around Charizard as well, and Damon's quite close to him, but look at Big Popper is on a huge charge. Or at least he managed to close the gap quite quickly just then, but everyone managing to get through without, I think Felipe may have gone a little bit wide out of the exit of that corner. Does he get a penalty? I think he's managed to get away with it. So we've got Jezza in a really nice looking Beetle livery, and there's Abule also going for the 53 Beetle. Herbie, is that one of the Herbie films? He gets painted up in flowers. Can't remember which one. Oh, D-Dubs goes super deep coming into that corner. That's going to cost him on the exit and allow Felipe getting a little bit loose, but he's going to close the gap. As Felipe gets a penalty as well. So cutting a bit too much. So Jezza still in 9th place. Fracas in 10th. These guys need to probably work together a little bit at least just to get back up to the pointy end of the grid. Chaos is in 11th, doing as much as he can with the slip available to him, and he closes the gap up nicely through the chicane. What happens at the front then? Black Charizard, let's have a look. We're going to see a move come down at the end of the Mulsanne. Here we go, he dives to the inside, straight on the brakes. Last of the late breakers, he's got the inside line. Absolutely brilliant overtake. But the acceleration of the BRZ is not enough. I was going to say it's usually pretty good, but not able to carry as much speed through the corner, and that has compromised him, not able to do anything against the brute force of the Genesis. So Black Charizard takes the lead for the first feature race of the season. Can he make this stick? This would be, as Jocker goes for a dive to the inside. Maybe pushing Black Charizard a little bit wide, but gets the corner, don't he? He's going to try again coming into the next corner, but not able to get it done. So have we seen anybody else? So Dr. Esty looks like he's managed to get past Abule for the 4th place. There's a little bit of something happening there with Big Popper. Too far. What did we see this just here happen as he goes? Just maybe trying to avoid a bit of contact, maybe closed in the slip a little bit quicker than he was expecting. Jocker didn't even seem to try and defend that line coming through there, just gives the position to Big Popper. Now trying to get, as they're going side by side through a place where you really can't normally go side by side. Also see Damon and D-Dubs tussling for position at the back. D-Dubs manages to D-Dubs, Abule manages to hang on to that as, there we go, Damon has gone super wide and he's still off the track. But that's definitely dirty tyres for him for the next 30 seconds. That's going to be a little bit compromised. Going to struggle through here. You can see him already losing time to those in front. And that's allowed Felipe Mazda to close the gap. He's squeezing him coming into turn 1. That's the position gone. It's hard but fair racing as he looks to go again into Abule, but collects him a little bit. Yields the position back though, makes sure to give it back to Abule. There's a little bit of there's a super big dive coming through there. I think he's trying to give the position back as well, but it's probably not the position to do it. That's compromised everybody behind. Abule still is trying desperately to recover as he's got dirty tyres. We're just going to have to jump back again and see what happened with this. So we'll jump on with him. So he gets a little bit of a bump, dives to the inside from Felipe, pushes Abule wide. Then we've got Fracas and Damon, oh, these guys are all just super wide. He's not able to hold it on the line rejoining. Oh, whew. That must have been a scary moment for him. So Felipe gets that position. I don't know if you should give that position back or not, because he tried to, and then Abile went off. But now Fracas has got the run on him, coming through into the first chicane. The power of that Genesis really is something else. So everyone managing to recover kind of okay from that. Abile does lose a couple of positions, which is a shame for him. But then we've got Blade Runner in 9th place. Beck is in 10th now, with his teammate behind with a half-second penalty. Chaos is coming up with a run on him, and he's got the inside line for the second chicane. Jezza, something's happened to Jezza, because he's dropped down to 13th place. He was in 9th. So Chaos gets the place on Dayman. Damon's not going to be able to do too much, I don't think, with that half-second penalty, but that's going to allow Jezza to get his position back, most likely. And Phil's managed to pick himself up another full second of penalties. Then we've got Rich in 15th place in the Nismo GTR, and then Fred not able to do a lot without any slip, so falling off the back of the pack, and he's really going to struggle unless he can close the gap through the final sector, through all the S's. It's going to be a difficult one for him to get back. It's definitely not the right track for the Subaru. But now at the front, we've got Big Popper with a full second of penalties, which he's about to serve. So where is this going to drop him down to? Look how close everyone is at the front, fighting for this, well, effectively second position. So there's his penalty served. Oh, it's dropped him all the way down to 5th, as Felipe's managed to get himself a penalty as well. So that'll be another full lap before we see that one served. So now we've got a change at the front. So we've got Joker in 2nd place. Dr. Esty has worked his way up into 3rd place, so this is great for him again. B-Dubs is in 4th. Super close, got a nice bit of a gap. Look how much the downforce helps Joker out through the S's. Absolutely nailing it through the Ford curves. Into the final part of the lap. Just going a little bit slow through there. Whether or not that's going to allow Dr. SD to close the gap just a tiny amount. And Dr. SD manages to pull a bit on D-Dubs as well. So we'll jump back now. So we've got Fracas versus Big Popper. And Fracas looking to the inside, making sure Big Popper's got his mirrors full of the Genesis ahead of him, and everybody following very closely. Maybe a little bit of contact through there, but they make it through nonetheless. Big Popper managing to pull a gap on Fracas again, a little bit of breathing room. Will we see, oh, Felipe goes a little bit wide through that one. Will we see anyone make a mistake through here? Looks like he got it right. Everyone's getting it pretty good so far. No one cutting the corner too much or making mistakes. So Damon manages to get past Jezza, so he's back down into 13th. I wonder what's happened to Jezza this time around, because his pace has really dropped off compared to the sprint. Maybe struggling with the tyres a little bit. That is a superb looking livery. So Fred has managed to close the gap a huge amount through the final sector to Richard in front of him. So he's just got to keep it with him now, play it smart, stay in the slip down the whole of the Mulsanne, and probably get that position coming through to the Porsche curves and manage to pull away again and hopefully close the gap up to Phil, who is in 14th place ahead of him. So that's impressive driving from Fred. Going for the move now into the second chicane. Look how late he can brake compared to the GTR. Absolutely brilliant overtake through there. But that being said, we'll probably see Rich have the slip down the final part of the straight and get that position back now. And here he comes. He's having a look. Oh, he thinks better of it, backs out. Yep. So Fred manages to hang on to that position, and now he's got it all to do to try and catch up to Phil over the next lap, or half a lap, before they get back to the straight again. So let's jump back to the front. So Black Charizard still in a commanding lead at the front of the grid. I look like you haven't even, like, Jocker's not even in the frame yet. So it's a huge lead that he's got over Jocker. This is a great drive from Charizard. Jocker still giving it death in the little Subaru, but Dr. SD and D-Dubs still very close behind. There's a point you hold a 5-second lead. Well, that is good driving. That is a good lead. And so long as you don't do a chaos and drop it on the chicanes, that's a nice little buffer, especially when coming into for the pit stops as well. And speaking of which, there's probably looking to go to lap 6 for the pit strategy. Maybe someone, if they're really good on their fuel, can get to lap 7. Now Teresti got that last chicane all kinds of wrong, and that has given the position to D-Dubs, who got it right, and a brilliant little overtake switchback from him. But Dr. Esti is super close still. He's going to want that position back. Difficult to drive very close in dirty air through this section of the track. Very easy to get loose and take yourself out. As Dr. Esti got that line a little bit better than D-Dubs, but I think he might have had to just let off a little bit coming onto the straight, but he's going to have the slip. So will we see these guys work together to try and catch Jocker, or are they going to fight for the positions? They really want to work together if they're smart about it. Dr. Esti not able to close the gap that much to D-Dubs. Maybe the M6 having a little bit more juice than the Z4. Maybe we'll see it just at the end of this section of straight. There we go. You can see Dr. Esti starting to close up now. He's going to go for the bump, playing it smart. Jocker is on his own ahead of them in the BRZ with no slip, so the pair of them can quite easily close that gap by the end of the Mulsanne. But Fracas is also, he's managed to close that gap to Dr. Esti a huge amount on that last bit of straight. Or as he gets a little wobble on the exit, that's going to compromise him just a tiny amount for his exit. So the three of these guys, if they can work together, they will close that gap to Joker very quickly indeed. But let's just jump back and see what's happening here. So Felipe Mazda's managed to pick up another penalty. He'll be serving that this lap as well. Then we've got Abule has also got a half-second penalty. So Big Popper's in 7th now. Abule's in 8th. Beck just gets the position for 9th place over Blade Runner in 10th. Jez has managed to get himself back up into 11th place, but finding his groove again. Then we've got Damon with a 1 second penalty about to be served, so he's going to fall off the pack. Will he fall into the clasp of... Oh, as he almost got taken out by his teammate, so we'll just jump on it with Beck. What happens to Beck? So a little bit of contact from Abule, bit of an optimistic move from yeah, not quite far along that. It was just, yeah, not quite far along enough into the braking, but then doing his best to try and keep Abule pointing in the right direction, and then takes himself out, almost takes his teammate out, but fortunately ghosts. But that's going to leave him open to Phil, and Phil's going to get that position as well. Will Chaos has dropped down to 14th place as well, so I don't know what happened to Chaos. Oh no, Chaos was in 14th place. So Chaos is in the same position that he started in. The Porsche is good on fuel, so we might see him stick it out till lap 7, and he'll have very fresh tyres for the final stint of the race. Fred not quite close enough through that section to catch up to the other guys. Rich is still... Oh, he's dropped off a massive amount from Fred in 15th place. And then we've got Black Charizard halfway through the race now. It does look like Jock has managed to close that gap just a tiny amount. We can see Jocker is definitely got the hammer down, using a little bit more fuel than Black Charizard. Then we've got D-Dubs behind, who's significantly more fuel than Jocker ahead of him. Dr. Esty also having a great job with the fuel saving. Brackus definitely... Oh, and he picks up a half-second penalty coming through Tech Rouge. Oh, as Dr. Esty runs him super wide, kicking up the dirt, but manages to get the position off him. Excellent overtake from Fracas. The sun glinting off the paintwork of the Genesis very nicely indeed. Gets the position, holds it into the chicane. That's it. You can see that Dr. Esty wanted to try and dive back to the inside. Fracas currently with the fastest lap of 4:04.7, also setting a purple sector as well. But here is a man on a charge. Dr. Esty starting to close the gap up, but runs out of road. Oh, but he's super late through the brakes, on the brakes through the hairpin, and closes that gap up very quickly. Will we see him manage to close the gap enough to make a move under braking, or is he going to try and bump through, close the gap, and then he'll get the position for 4th anyway? But he wants to be as close as he can to fight D-Dubs for 3rd place, as well, as both of them are closing in on D-Dubs, and D-Dubs is a sitting duck for Fracas. Fracas is desperately trying to get as many positions as he can, squeezing out as much life as he can from the mediums. So Dr. Esty uses the slip, follows Fracas through, Oh, and then Fracas manages to get a move done as well. Sorry, Dr. Este manages to get the move done on Fracas as well. So this is a brilliant bit of driving from Dr. Este, capitalising on the slip as Fracas pulls out of the racing line to let everybody by as he serves his penalty and pulls back into position. So back down to 5th for Fracas. D-Dub's ahead of him. Dr. Este gets the final step of the podium. Will we see him close to Jocka now through this section? This is a very strong section for the BRZs, as Dr. Este sets a personal best, but D-Dubs is all over the back of him, so he's going to have to try and concentrate as much as he can not to be spooked. So will we see any of the... So Black Charizard comes in on lap 5. That is an early pit stop. I am surprised by that one. Now, unless... I mean, it's still sunny, and unless you can see something on their radar that says that there's rain imminent, I am surprised they didn't go a lap. He's got enough fuel to go another lap, it looks at. Still got 17%. Jocka's come in as well off of his mediums. A little bit less on the fuel, as is Fracas. Felipe Mazda we knew would be off the hards by this lap and going for the mediums. So what do these guys do for their pit strategy then? What tyres are they going on to? So he's going for the hards. So opting for the reverse strategy for these guys. Jocka's also going for the hards second, as does Fracas. So now Felipe's on the mediums, on the quicker compound. We'll see him start to make some moves up the grid. Beck also on a fresh set of boots on the mediums. Was he on mediums beforehand? He was on mediums beforehand. So he comes in off the mediums and then puts on another set of mediums. So he's going to have to do another stop for the softs unless it rains. Otherwise, well, actually, I'm not too sure what the penalty is for not... I think it's a minute added to the final time. Oh, so not enough fuel, was it, Charizard? Well, the Genesis is a thirsty beast. Definitely have to look at short shifting it a little bit more to save some fuel. Three laps on the softs. Yeah, by the fourth lap, the softs are pretty dead, and the Genesis is quite hard on its front tyres, to be fair. So we now have in provisional pole Dr. Este, followed by his fellow BMW driver D-Dubs in a 1-2 position at the moment. Both of them eking out the life of the mediums. Dr. Este definitely doing a lot better on fuel, only just below quarter of a tank. He might even be able to get this to lap 7. But we'll find out what happens by the end of this lap to these two. If he does pit, at least he's going to have a much shorter pit stop than D-Dubs. Then we've got Jezza, who's worked his way all the way up into third. So let's see how much he can put the hammer down and try to keep that position by the time everyone else who has already pitted. Let's see if they get the undercut. They are on the harder compound tyre. We'll just see if Jezza goes for the softs or the hards as well. Then we've got Big Popper with his indicator on. Maybe just accidentally tapped that, but he's in fourth. Phil, our other Z4 driver, is in 5th. Chaos is up into 6th. On the limit with the fuel though, so he's definitely going to have to pit this time round. Hasn't been able to fuel save quite so much in the feature. Then we've got his teammate behind, also, or even less fuel. So the Porsche is definitely not able to save fuel in this race. Then Bule is up into 8th place. Wally is, or Fred, sorry, has closed that gap really well, but he is running on fumes. So he is definitely going to have to pit this lap. So we see D-Dubs comes in, Jezza comes in, and Blade Runner comes in. Dr. SD does have enough fuel to stay out for another lap. So this could work really well for him. He'll have a shorter pit stop next lap, and he'll have the softer compounded tyre. So unless who was it that we... So Black Charizard is now coming up to start lap 7. Unless Black Charizard and Fracas can do something here. Oh, has Fracas pitted as well? He has pitted as well. So D-Dubs comes out on softs, so he's definitely going to close to Charizard now. So this is for position. Charizard has got to absolutely nail every single corner. It's not just one compound better, it's 2 compounds better for D-Dubs. And he's already closing the gap. He's going to be able to pull a lot more speed coming through Tete Rouge onto the Mulsanne, and he's probably within slip already. So this is just a matter of time now. So as the undercut worked for D-Dubs, this is going to be the thing. It might be a case that if D-Dubs works with Charizard, he can get ahead at least, or catch up at least by the end of the straight, or the 3 straights, and he gets a little bit of contact and maybe pushed Charizard wide there. Is Charizard going to get a penalty for that, or is the game going to recognise there was a bit of contact? I think it does, so Charizard escapes a penalty that time round. D-Dubs is going to close that gap again. Will we see a bump before the braking zone? Charizard looks to go a bit defensive and then pulls back. D-Dubs also looked like he was going to try and make a move, but decides against it. But now he's super close again, gets a little bit of contact through the exit of the chicane, and that allows Charizard to get a bit of distance again from D-Dubs. So unless D-Dubs is super brave on the brakes at the end of the straight, I don't think he's going to be able to get the position. He might be able to do it coming through the next part before Indianapolis. So we'll have to just wait and see as Charizard goes a little bit wide through the corner. Less than a second between these guys. Is D-Dubs going to be able to close that gap and get past in front of, or before the next corner? It doesn't look like he can. The power of that Genesis is really good. Oh, so there we go. Coming into the brakes of Indianapolis, and he closes that gap up massively. Oh, he looks for the inside, doesn't go for the move this time around. He's going to have more grip on the exit. He's got the slip. He's going to have to make a move before he gets to the Porsche curves. D-Dubs needs to get past him to make the most of the soft compound tyre. He doesn't need to save fuel anymore. As he brakes a little bit coming into the Porsche curves. slows him down a little bit too much. He can definitely carry more speed through here than Charizard can, as we now see Dr. SD and Phil coming into the pits. So, and he just has enough fuel. So, brilliant driving from Dr. SD. And then Phil behind with even more fuel, just a touch more, but absolutely brilliant driving. 5% still left for Phil. So this is a great little result for the Z4 drivers. So there we go. Black Charizard gets ahead, gets pole position back. D-Dubs gets the jump on Dr. SD as well. So the undercut working for D-Dubs. Fracas is in third. Joker gets fourth. Dr. SD comes out in fifth. So unfortunately his fuel saving has cost him quite a lot. As you can see, his times were considerably slower than everybody else. So a 409 at the last one before his pit. So the fuel saving definitely has cost him a little bit, but maybe we'll see him absolutely put the hammer down now for the final few laps. Then we've got Jezza up into 6th place, so this is a great result for Jezza. Good recovery from him, as he was down in 13th at one point. So he's come all the way back up. Chaos is in 7th now, so this is a good recovery from Chaos as well. He started in 14th, I believe it was. After all the pit stops have been made, Felipe on the medium tyre also doing well up into 8th place. Then we've got Big Popper in 9th. Beck is down in 10th place now. Phil comes out in 11th, also on the soft, so we'll see him make some moves in the last few laps. Then we've got Blade Runner in 12th. Abule has got a half-second penalty in 13th. Fred has managed to close that gap up in a couple of laps. As he gets loose on the exit of that corner, that's going to allow Fred, but I think Fred needs to play it smart here, realise he's not going to have the top speed advantage against Abule, so he's going to have to bump him to try and close the gap to Blade Runner ahead. It's a bit of a tall order with this many laps left, but he's managed to do it so far, as he goes for the dive on the inside of the second chicane. As we see, D-Dubs has managed to get past Charizard, and Charizard's got it back again. So let's just jump back with these guys and see how this one happens. So it's coming through the beginning of the Mulsanne. D-Dubs has the superior grip. These two absolute titans of cars fighting for the position. D-Dubs just gets ahead coming into the first chicane, holds the line brilliantly and starts to pull away from Charizard. So we'll jump forward just a bit as we see these guys coming into the second chicane now. Charizard, is he going to go for an overtake? He does. He looks like he goes to the inside. Last of the late breakers. D-Dubs manages to hold it around the outside. But is Charizard going to get a better exit now because he had the inside line? Gets the switch back. He's certainly got a good amount of speed. And there he goes, round the outside again. Or is he going to get the position back? D-Dubs holds it on the inside. Oh, and he goes so deep and he gives the position back. All that effort and he throws it away, and he gets a half-second penalty to boot. So that has cost D-Dubs dearly. And that will definitely leave him in the clutches of Fracas in third place. So this could potentially be a Genesis 1-2 for the feature race. This will be an absolutely superb start to the championship and the Constructors' Championship for these guys in the Genesis. He might just have enough to hang on to that second position. The D-Dub serves his penalty. He stays on the racing line. Doesn't think he's going to have to defend or get out of the way of anyone. Finds himself right in the middle of the Genesis, but yet Fracas wasn't able to close the gap quite so well. And now they're coming into the Porsche curves. All these left, right, left, right, left, rights are definitely going to favour the soft tyre, but Fracas already, sorry, not Fracas, D-Dub's already showing signs of serious wear on the softs. So he's only probably got another half a lap of tyre where he can really push it before they start dropping off. And he's already managed to close the gap quite well. As Jezza has just managed to pick the fastest lap, and then almost immediately Felipe Mazda's done it with a 4:03.6. So let's just jump back and see how these guys are doing. So Dr. Esti has closed the gap to Fracas and got past Jocker, I think, at some point as well. So he's back up into 4th place. His softs much better shape than D-Dub's, obviously being a lap younger as well. Will Fracas be able to hold off Dr. Esti? I don't think he's going to be able to. He's on the harder tyre, as Dr. Esti already getting the fastest first sector by 3 tenths, nearly 4 tenths. So he is on an absolute charge right now. Will he work together with Fracas though, as D-Dubs is looking to make another bid for the lead against Charizard? He's going to have the inside line for the first chicane, and he's late on the brakes as well. He needed to get that move done, and he hit the bollard. I think might have potentially cut that a little bit too tight, but he hasn't got a penalty, and now that's allowed that Charizard, as D-Dub's compromised his line, has allowed Charizard to have the overspeed on the exit and get the first position back again. These guys are just going tit for tat behind, and look at this, Fracas and Dr. Esti working together as well, closing that gap up massively. These two are fighting for the first position. Oh, as D-Dubs goes really deep into the second chicane, goes a little bit wide, we might see a penalty for that one. We'll jump on board with him. He went across the white line, but what did he do it late enough where he's not going to sort a penalty? And Dr. Esti gets the position on Fracas as well. How did that one work out for him? Gets the... Oh, he just hangs it around the outside on the exit of the chicane. That is a brilliant, nearly a second, or over a second up on the fastest lap at the moment. Now the three of these are going to have to work together just to get to the end of the straight, as Dr. Esti dives to the inside. He's going to have the better grip, the inside of the racing line, and D-Dubs just holds it on the outside. So no change for position at the moment. We've got Jezza going a bit wide out the back. That's allowing Jocker to close up very much. Oh, and gets a half-second penalty to boot. Felipe Mazda is closing up ever so quickly to Jocker as well. You can see these guys are desperate for the positions. Felipe going for the tight line, Jocker trying to stay in the slip of Jezza. Gets that position done, but we will see Jocker using the contact between Felipe and Jezza there. Potentially, does it look like Felipe was about to make an overtake, but doesn't do it this time round. So Jezza doesn't move off the line, instead making Felipe go the long way round, and Jocker as well. But will Jocker be able to do anything now through the strongest part of the track for him? Able to get a lot more speed carried through these corners. or turns more than corners. Let's jump on board with Jocko at the moment, see if he can close that gap. Oh, does that look like Felipe went a little bit wide on that one? Does he get away with it? It looks like he does. So coming into the final set of chicanes, we'll see Jocko really closing the gap up now. And this is going to be it now, I think, for at least the first half of this final lap of the feature race. First feature race of the season, and it has been an absolute blinder. So let's jump up and see how these guys... Oh, Dr. Estes managed to get the lead. So as we come up to the Dunlop Bridge, and Dr. Estes with a superior grip, Charizard just can't do anything on the hard tyres. And that was... Charizard is fighting tooth and nail for that position, but D-Dubs is there as well. As he gets a bit of contact and goes off wide. He's on the grass, he somehow doesn't spin it. Brilliant recovery from D-Dubs. Almost had second position. His tyres are absolutely cooked. I'm almost certain that one will definitely end up in the steward's room. What the result would be, though, is anyone's guess. That could just be a racing incident. D-Dubs was trying to make the overtake, and it was not a normal place to overtake, so, you know, kind of expected a little bit. You can really see how much the worn softs are hurting D-Dubs now. He was slipping around through that chicane, and Fracas has also managed to close in a little bit. The D-Dubs really needs to concentrate for the final, what have we got, like 20 odd turns. Goes for the defensive line. Fracas has got to go around the outside. A little bit of a contact. D-Dubs takes the... Oh, no, that's going to be a penalty. And now he goes wide as well, and that's going to give Fracas the position. Can he do anything? He's going to tuck in the slip. He's got to try. I think he's going to need to sit behind him on this corner. Oh, and Felipe's managed to give himself another penalty. He needs to stick behind into this corner, and then coming into Indianapolis, that's where he wants to make his move. Yeah, Charizard, he absolutely did. I thought, to be fair, with that pace for doing the 7 laps, I thought maybe he'd not quite worked it out, but clearly his practice has definitely paid off, because he's got the final... I mean, look how much fuel he's got left as well. He's done an absolutely brilliant job for this feature race. No rain as well, which has really helped, so no extra pit stops for anybody. A brilliant drive from Dr. Estes, a superb drive from Charizard and Fracas, getting a double podium for the Genesis drivers. I say that, the race isn't over, and as we saw in the sprint race, it could happen on the last corner, so touch wood, nothing goes wrong for everyone just yet. So what's going on here? Felipe Mazda has managed to get past Jocko, but Jocko is very close, and we're going to see a move from these guys. Oh, does it look like there was a little bit of contact? Felipe gets a bit of a wobble on, recovers well, and I think that's going to be it for these guys. Oh, as Jocko power slides it through the 4 chicanes. Oh, and Mazda's gone too wide. That's going to be a penalty. That has got to be a penalty. Right, we'll jump up to the front. Whoops. So, coming through the final corners now, Dr. Estes with the first win of a feature race for Tier 5 White of the season. Then we've got Charizard and Fracas getting a 2-3 double podium for these guys. D-Dubs, after a phenomenal drive, gets 4th place. Tyres letting him down at the end. Jocker somehow manages to get Felipe. We'll jump back and see if we can see how that one happens. Oh, I think it's because Mazda... Oh, he gets 1.5 seconds worth of penalties at the end of the race, so that drops him down to 6th. Jezza comes up into 7th place, so good drive from Jezza. Phil is in 8th, then we get Beck in 9th. Blade Runner... Oh, no. What happens to him? It's... Oh, and he just gets a little bit... Oh, look at that back left. It's absolutely toasted. Nothing left in it whatsoever. Oh, and then Red Monster does him on the final corner. Gets the 10th place. Blade Runner comes in 11th. Big Papa gets 12th. Abule's in 13th. Then we've got Damon in 14th. Chaos not having the best of races compared to his sprint in the feature, so comes in 15th. And then we've got Rich at the back of the grid in 16th place, and an extra point for Phil with a 4-minute 2. So that is it. What a brilliant couple of races. Absolutely brilliant entertainment from everybody. So we will just run through the standings as they are at the moment. We haven't had the stewards results out yet, so this is subject to change. But currently our number 1 position for the Tier 5 White Drivers' Championship at the moment is Fracas with a double podium, a 1 and a 3rd positions respectively. So he is in pole position at the moment with 35 points. In second position is Dr. SD, not far behind on 31 points. Then we've got D-Dubs in 3rd in the M6 on 26 points. Just 1 point behind him is Jezza on 25 points. Then we've got a tie with 24 points for Charizard and Felipe in 5th and 6th. Then we've got Jocker in 7th place with 17 points. 11 points for Phil in 8th points. Beckus has 9 points in the Lexus in 9th position. Then Abule has what has he got? 8 points in 10th. 1 point again behind him is Big Popper with 7 points. Then we've got another tie with 6 points, both of them, Damon and Fred Monster. Blade Runner's in 14th with 5 points, and Druid with a solitary point at the bottom of the 15 there. Oh, we've got one more. So Richard is currently, out of all the drivers who have driven so far, just the one race, he's at the bottom of the standings, and he is a reserve driver because Deck wasn't able. So he's the top reserve driver at the moment, and Deck is yet to partake for his full-time seat. And then, well, the standings are a little bit odd for the constructors. It says that the BMW Z4 is at the top, but I'm pretty sure that might well be the Genesis at that. But you can check the standings for yourself on that one. They'll hopefully be updated fairly soon. So yeah, that was brilliant. Absolutely cracking racing from Tier 5 White. We look forward to 7 more races. What have we got next week? We have got Dragon Trail Seaside, the Chicane of Death. How many people is that going to take out? Tune in next week, same time, same place. And yeah, thanks very much for